Welcome back, everyone. So, gonna look at another game from the top 50 tournament here, and looking from Dialectic's perspective here versus Beans, and Dialectic certainly has one of the Jove hands of all time. Credit Core with IO mining and asteroid mining, orbital construction. I think we're going Joves on this game. Um, there's really not too much to say about this opening hand. I think space tag good, and you could grab all the space tags. So I think Credit Core with Big Asteroid, I would take Convoy. Tech Demo, Space Station, Asteroid Mining, Miranda Resort, because Jovian tag, and IO Mining Industries, and I think you take Orbital, and then it's up for debate. I can see an argument for power. I would take Research Network. I think I would just want to see even more cards with going Joves, and the tag could come in handy for like Miranda Resort or something like that. Rim Settler, uh, if we don't want to play Miranda early. But yeah, that's what I would do with this hand. The real question is, can we afford IO mining? 57 plus 12, so 69. Nice. Uh, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 21. Yeah, you could still afford it. In fact, you might even be able to afford Space Station before playing IO, which is kind of swell. Yeah, it looks like Dialectic has the same idea that I do. Orbital research, what do we draw? Okay, maybe we should have just taken power generation. That's kind of terrible. Uh, you know, solar power and diffusion power, not the worst. Uh, yeah, we'll make it work. Um, let's see. Our opponent is Vitor, who plays Allied Banks and Business Empire. Okay, the old Tin MC Prod Gen 1. That's a pretty scary lineup with Preludes with Vitor, but as long as he doesn't find card draw, it should be manageable. Card draw could make this kind of scary. So, in this position, like I said, I count up what we got here. I got 48. We're one short, so I would be inclined to either play Space Station Asteroid Mining or sell a card like Solar Power, yeah, or Fusion Power, but I'd keep Fusion, I think, and then do Space Station into IO. I think that's reasonable as well. But Dialectic has another play in mind. He plays IO Mining, ignoring the Space Station discount, but he gets 4 Mega Credits back because he's Credit Core. And Vitor's second player, which means that there are awards still to be funded, and he funds Space Baron Gen 1 to snipe the 8 fund from Vitor. Now Vitor has to fund for 14. Um, it is a bold strategy. Now, to be fair, I think he is most certainly winning Space Baron. So I don't think it's wrong to want to fund Space Baron. I'm just not quite convinced that spending 8 mega credits early on that when our hand is trying to develop big, heavy production like asteroid mining and IO mining to try and fund a award. But it's good clickbait because funding a award for 8 before Vitor funds is not something that you normally see. Alright, so Magnate is funded by Vitor. That is the kind of the standard Vitor fund on this map. They play Geothermal Power and Pass. Fascinating. Well, I do like Sacrifiles, but I think you always gotta take Ice Asteroid when you're trying to play big space cards. Yep, and Lava Flows is so good on this map, but that energy tapping is really good too, especially since it turns on fusion power for us. I would actually consider taking energy tapping here, and then you tap him, and then you play fusion power, and suddenly all your energy problems are solved. Solar power is kind of bad. Lava Flows is a little unfortunate to give him, but it's not the end of the world. Okay, he takes Lava Flows. I don't think it's a mistake. I just think I'd have taken energy tapping here. Micro Mills is just not really a card worth considering, I think, so I would just take Biomass Combustors. And I wouldn't keep Biomass Combustors at this stage of the game, so I guess just Ice Asteroid and Lava Flows. The downside is we're 1 mega credit short on playing that asteroid mining, so maybe we're gonna sell solar power. Ah, Dev Center gets played, so yeah, that energy tapping would have been really swell. Yeah, he sells solar power, so now we're gonna play asteroid mining. It makes sense. It feels a little bad to not get the discount from Space Station twice, but that is why I consider Space Station to be one of the weaker discount cards in the game. Oh, the media group comes down for Vitor into mining mineral deposits, so steel thing to play. Mole area. Uh, Usually they could put it onto titanium, but I could see an argument for card for Vitor. Okay. Yeah, Psychophiles is a good card. We knew he was going to play that one. Solar Wind Power. I suppose he knows he can't get tapped because he has tapping, so it makes sense to just go ahead and play it. Sure. Makes sense. Okay, well, you'd like to play the Methane from Titan. It's 2% oxygen though, so probably not available, and NRA is NRA. So I imagine what probably happens is NRA is taken, beans will cut methane, or take methane, heck, who knows. And then we get adapted lichen, which might honestly play, just for NRA possibility. I think that's how I expect things to go. Yeah, so Noctis City is a lot worse on this map because there's not a reserved area for it. So I think Immigrant City is the natural pick. Yep. Yeah, and Adapted Lichen probably. Yep. All standard stuff. Honestly, that Media Archives 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 events in hand already we want to play with an opponent that has Media Group. I'd consider buying it. I don't think it delays too much for us here. So yeah, I would probably buy all. Go down to 15. Just, oh, excuse me. You can either just play like Ice Asteroid, but again, I want to get Space Station value. So I would probably just pass, and then next gen do like Space Station to Ice like Big Asteroid, Ice Asteroid, Tech Demo, Miranda, something along those lines, I think. So I'd take all. Yeah, nice. I agree with Dialectic. I think you take all here. Adapted like and played, sure, that's fine. Opponent draws, we pass. That's a pretty early Noctis City. I don't really know if I agree with playing it early, but it is development. There's even more power tapping, which is fun. Space Elevator's nice, but it's like we don't have the steel to really fuel it. Nuke Zone is such a good card for us, especially because Miranda Resort, little bonus as well, but it also helps us fight on the Polar Explorer if we want to do that. Yeah, I would take Nuke Zone. Science is scary, but Jove is good. Screw it, I'd take the Jove. Okay, that's probably the more responsible play to take the science, since opponents had 2 science, but I'd take the Jove. Hellas has made a bit of a monster out of me. Power Supply Consortium, I believe is the right pick here, over Aquifer Pumping. Though, I know that Bogyun has been singing the praises of Aquifer Pumping on the Discord and how it is such a underrated card, but I think he's talking about Tharsis. I don't think he's talking about Hellas so much, so I would still skip it. Power Supply is nice. It would be annoying to hit beans with it, but I think ultimately we still need another power card to make that happen. We would just get tapped right back. I don't really see the point. I would just take the 2 cards here and call it a day. Yep, Dialectic agrees. Draw, Psycho, yeah. Alright. So I think this is where we gotta start making the plays. So I would Space Station and maybe like Tech Demo to start with here. It's like we're sharing the same mind. Ah, another Jove. And Industrial Center too, if we want to make more progress towards Polar Explorer. I like it. Space elevator. To AMC us. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, well, someone on the Discord owes me an apology because we were just talking today about what's an indicator that someone might have AMC, and I said, well, if I ever see them play Space Elevator without steel production, I would consider that like they either have AMC or uh, no, that they either are going to play AMC or they're bad. And for most of these players, I'm assuming that they have AMC. And they said that seems like a really expensive play just for AMC. Well, I don't disagree with them, but there we have proof that yes, people will just play Space Elevator just for hitting us with AMC. So I don't agree with that play from Beans. If he has steel to back it up, I think it's a lot more defendable. But we already saw the mineral deposit. Industrial centers in our hand. I don't think it's a good play to do just by itself. Lagrange. I think I would not rush Lagrange. I would play some more of our TR. I do like the industrial center on the heat though. Fight Polar Explorer be a little bit annoying. On the ocean, yeah, nuke zone on the ocean is fine. Convoy from Europa. Okay, so he's setting up for the Polar Explorer play. So by doing this series of moves, he has set himself up to have 6 plants. So now he can open up with Ice Asteroid into Conversion, which I think is what he wants to do. Obviously, he also has it with the Lava Flows as well. But I think if I had to guess, he is thinking Lava Flows is more impactful to go up north. And in fact, I think you could definitely make an argument for he should Lava Flows up here for 4 cash and 2 plants, and then convert over here and not do the Ice Asteroid play. Because Ice Asteroid could make mosses, algae, kelp come online. We don't know where they are. So I think Lava Flows probably is the safer play. Plus you get the heat bonus, so there's that too. I'm not really like that scared of ants. I don't think CEOs is that good either though. Opponent does have Psychophiles, so I guess you could take ants. I'd probably still just cut CEOs and call it a day. Yeah, sure. Okay, Lava Tube is really good on this map. Noctis Farming is NRA, but I think we get Noctis Farming back. It's not NRA like we can play it, but it's progress towards NRA. I suspect if we take Lava Tube, then he will take investment loan with media and we get Noctis back. I think I'm okay with that trade, so I would take Lava Tube here. Okay, he takes Noctis. I'm not sure what we'll get back, but if I had to guess, we would still get Lava Tube back. I don't respect Regolith Eaters on this map. I would just take Soil Factory. Okay, yeah, we do get Lava Tube back, so same thing, just different order. Again, I don't really respect ants that much. It's certainly better on this map with the Eccentric Award and Tactician and Diversifier, kind of hard to get with Tag and the Microbe Tag. But it's so far away, I don't think it's worth it. I would just take Noctis Farming and Lava Tube Settlement, and I'm not 100% sold on Lava Tube Settlement. I just think that 2 cheap cities is never really a bad thing when you've got NRA in hand. Alright, so he skips Lava Tube Settlement. I think that's defendable, like I said already. Yep, Lava Flows up there for 4 cash back, probably converting down here on the heat. Yep, so I expect we're going to see Polar Explorer claimed. Diversifiers claimed, so let's take a look here. The real question is can Beans get Tactician or Energizer? Or Rim Settler before we can claim both of them here. It's a little bit spooky. This is where an extra 8 cash would really come in handy with the whole Space Baron funding thing. But I guess you just say, I don't think you can claim both of them, and you just fund one, and then see what he has. I guess I would fund Rim Settler. it seems hard to believe that he could actually get 2 tiles in any sort of reasonable manner. It's a lot easier to believe Vitor could get the 2 Jovians instead. So I would go ahead and claim I would have claimed Rim Settler instead, but okay. Polar Explorer is fine. Heat raised. Okay, imported hydrogen for plants. No, for microbes. He's putting it on the psychrophiles. Okay. I'm intrigued. Nuke power, it looks like he might be going for Energizer here. So we will see, but he can just open SP power claim that, so I suspect at the very least we are not getting Rim Settler. Satellites is kinda nutty. Advanced alloys also kinda nutty. I guess you take the alloys for the science tag, and then you're okay with him getting a mediocre satellites, but I mean that is a nice satellites too. That's 7 prod satellites, and this is just 4 prod. Maybe do take the satellites, because it's 7, but it also can be 8. 8 prod is a lot. Advanced alloys is not that much prod. It just comes down to do you fear the science tag or not. Yeah, he doesn't fear it. Satellites does seem pretty good. Protected Valley is better than these generically. However, I'm a little concerned about giving Equatorial Magnetizer to the guy with 5 power. But this is still NRA, so by virtue of that, I think you're somewhat obligated to take Protected Valley here. Wait, what? Import of Advanced GHG? Say what? Because he's got Media Group? Okay. I don't understand that at all. Why are we taking import of Advanced GHG? I'm so confused. Am I missing something here? Am I just like smooth brain all of a sudden? Someone feel free to explain that to me, but I don't understand that pick at all. I don't respect corporate stronghold. I just cut cloud seeding. Whatever. Interesting, he didn't even take the magnetizer. It's because he took Protected Valley because we took import of advanced GHG for reasons I can't even begin to comprehend. Yeah, I didn't expect we would play it either, so why did we cut it? I'm so confused. Okay. Yeah, standard power into claim Energizer makes a lot of sense. Oh. Okay, I still don't understand why we took import advanced GHG, but I once again did the dumb thing. I forgot about the wild tag sitting right here. So, yes, we had NRA with Noctis farming and adapted lichen with the wild tag, so we did not need to worry about Protected Valley. Yeah, top 50 player here, ladies and gentlemen. In my defense, it is late. I worked a 10-hour day, so just I that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. Alright, so our opponent's drawn. I don't want to play our space events. I do kind of want to do Miranda into satellites, so I think I would still do that, even though there is going to be some titanium floating on that I'm not sure we'll be able to use that efficiently. I would still play it though. Yeah, Miranda into satellites. I agreed. I would have done the same. Okay, Beans now has 2 card draw. That's a little spooky as Vitor, but still no steal, except for that 1 ocean that he placed. I still think the space elevator was not a good play. Protected Valley with all them microbes. Okay. Okay, that's why I would have not given it to him. Oh boy. Okay, he doesn't have any animals. So, kelp farming's kinda insane, and predators is kinda insane. I don't know which is more insane, to be quite honest with you. Okay, I would go kelp farming because we have ice asteroid, but I had to think very hard about it because that predators is a very good card here. And immediately punished with the Urbies, dude. That's so unfortunate. I would take the Urbies. Really? Because of the predators, you don't want to take Urbies. You want to take Heather instead. That seems, I don't know, not like the best idea. Not that I'm saying that you should like plan on playing the Urbies, because predators does exist, but I would cut it. I wouldn't give my opponent all the animal scoring cards. I guess we're taking Heather and Kelp here. Pets is not a bad card either, to be fair. I would also consider Pets, since we have Immigrant City and, oh, no, well, we didn't keep the Lava Tube. If we had the Lava Tube, I'd have kept Pets here. Without Lava Tube, it's a little closer. I'd still take it, but I can understand skipping it. And yeah, Fueled makes a lot of sense, because you need, power, and also Fusion Power exists as well. Makes sense, makes sense. Rover Construction Pets, though. Rover Construction Pets. It could have been so cool. Yeah, I'd have taken Pets. Okay, Ice Asteroid gets us to 5 oceans. Are we going to SP and Ocean? Ooh, Deco. Deco's very nice. Perfect timing, too. We just hit 3%. Okay, you kept mething from Titan. That makes enough sense. Okay, SP Ocean for Kelp. Sure. I'm okay with that. Into a domed crater. Rip our little pet's value, but hey, we got the rover construction value. That's positive. Got the steel too, so finally using the steel on the space elevator. Vitor doing Vitor things, playing rad suits, or bad suits as we call it for all the other corps. Temperature raised, on to the next one. Dang. I want to take Vesta, however, I think Large Convoy may be a wee bit too good when you just gave him Predators, so I would probably not give him Convoy. Yeah. Ye old Bad Kim or Mining Rights. It's Gen 8. I don't think Mining Rights is that impactful, so I would take Ye old Bad Kim. Yeah, I don't agree with the Mining Rights. Yeah, I mean, it's steel for his space elevator, certainly, but I don't really care. I would rather just cut the points. And I would cut windmills here, because again, points, or heck, take windmills, but since we bought fuel generators, I'm not super thrilled about windmills. Definitely take large convoy, and really? Really? Nitro Moss? Gen 8? I don't know about that one. Mining rights, I also not really am sure, but it's a little more defendable. Windmills is better than fueled. It's also an extra 8 MC, so I'm not really certain on that. Large convoy is the only one I'd have kept there. Okay, well, we're hit with giant ice asteroid. That is a lot of plants that we just lost. Fueled into Immigrant City right there. I like the spot well enough. I think this spot up here was also an interesting spot. That way you have access to some ocean rebates over here and a little bit more fertile area on the plants. But it's defendable right there because you get the 2 for cashback spots. I don't really understand the Nitro Moss though. Opponent just taking actions, selling steel, drawing cards. Colonizer down makes sense, though I think we could have waited and want another generation on that. Okay, sure, mining rights on titanium, fine. I don't understand the Nitro Moss, but sure. Okay, AI Central for beans. Did he just draw that? It's one of those things where with his setup of like Dev Center, Inventors Guild, AI Central, Vitor, I'm not really looking to play a whole bunch of stuff like GIA to speed up the game pace. So I don't know. I mean, it always depends on what cards he has in his hand. It might be correct just based on the cards he has, but it just seems like, I don't know, I get a little incongruent with the plan of just draw a bunch of cards. Selling 2 to play Heather. I don't think Heather's that important, but okay, sure. Alright, Vesta played. So it looks like he's going a little bit of Joves himself now. For anyone wondering, though, he's not giving away the ocean bonus because he played flooding and got it. So, not something I have to worry about. I would take Zeppelins. None of the cards really matter. Zeppelins is just the cheapest point in hand. Again, cards don't matter, but I would not give a Cartel. Just a little too nasty. Again, it's Gen 9. I get it. But, I mean, he can, like, SP Greenery and get the steal as well. I don't really think Mining Area is that good for him. Again, cut the point. I agree with that. Skip all. Don't buy any. Mining Area. Alright. Are we trying to fight Contractor? Because is it like an eccentric fight? I'm not so sure we're winning eccentric here. I guess I'm just not understanding what the point of the mining area is. Double conversion makes sense, though it does give away the O2 bonus, possibly. Oh, pets, my beloved. Alright, so his plan is mining expedition into SP Greenery. Sure, I can get behind that. I imagine SP Greenery on the card. See what he can find. For cash. Interesting. I'm not certain we need to cash that badly. I'd have rather the card. Another SP Greenery. I mean, I'd have done card first and then go over there. Farming is nice, but just a little far away. No, we can get it. We can get it. Can we afford it if we get it? Big asteroid gets us up there. Can pay for it basically all in titanium. So we'll be at like 13 if we do that. 3 short. Could play Meteor Archives to get it online. Not the worst play. Oh, mining area doesn't do anything to help us in that regard. Opponent just doing his actions. Heat raised. Yeah. Raising heat. Yeah. Small animals. I mean, it'll be like a point, so it's completely fine. I don't think it's going to swing eccentric or anything like that, though. Yeah, Meteor Archives into farming. Makes sense. Yeah, there's the herbivores. I don't think it's going to be like amazing for the opponent, but I just wouldn't have given it to him. Immigration shuttles. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think it's quite worth 4 cities, but we'll see. Cartel for 7. Yeah, that's why I wouldn't have given him Cartel. CEOs on Urbies, that's a little weird. Why the rush on playing it on Urbies? Why not wait for like the Predators that we gave you? Did you not keep Predators? That seems hard to believe. These cards don't matter so much. Obviously Lightning Harvest is a point, but Virus is a lot more potential points. I would do Virus. Take the bushes. Am I missing something? Oh, okay. It's for Space Baron. Okay. Yeah, sure. That's decent enough reason to take Space Mirrors over bushes, but Alice makes some weird plays viable because I would not have considered ever Space Mirrors, but I guess that's what happens when you fund Space Baron. Guess you take the virus and you call it a day. No, he doesn't have protected habs. Why are we not? Why are we not a point for 4 here? I'm not really sure I understand. Anyway, Beans draws cards. We're converting. Now, maybe Dialectic, it was a turn-based game. Maybe he calculated that he has just enough to end if he doesn't take it, in which case, kudos to him. Okay, Mars University comes down. That is a pretty good card. A little late in the game, though. SP Greenery into Conversion. Yeah, makes sense. We're 1 plant away, though. I'm looking at this and thinking, okay, we can large convoy for the plants, but we're 1 plant away. Okay, research lets him draw 4 cards. That is pretty good, but he's still quite a ways behind. So it really comes down to if we can end this gen, it's so much more efficient. So, okay, SP Greenery there is 2 cash. We can convert again for another 2 cash. That gets us 4 titanium. That is, I'm sorry, 4 MC back. We can pay with it all in titanium. So 24, 26, draw 2 cards, 27, 28, SP asteroids and end. Okay, so yeah, he did calculate and said that without virus he can end. So well done. It's a good calculation to see your opportunity to end it. I still would have played this first to have drawn before I SP'd the greenery. You never know, maybe you find like mangrove or something. But okay, asteroid's nice to find. That is cheaper than SP greenery. So yeah, now we don't need the 2 cash. We can just convert next to our city. I like that. Again, Vitor just doing Vitor things. SF Memorial. So card and victory point for 3 mega credits. Sadly, we are 1 mega credit short from being able to afford the windmills. Well, never mind. We are completely broke. He had the sabotage, then why didn't he use it earlier? I don't understand. Did he just draw it from the SF Memorial? If so, that's so sad. You were so close to being able to keep Dialectic from ending this game on this generation by like 1 card draw off. Oof. That's gotta be a little disappointing. Eco Zone, a little bit late, but alright. Bushes, sure. Research coordination doesn't matter, but TG's pretty big. That's a lot of Joves. And it ties up Space Baron. Lightning Harvest is some points, but it's not enough, right? Greenhouses is good, but it's still not enough. Okay, Space Elevator gets sold. Good. Yeah, and the Radkim. I would have cut that for that reason, but I don't think it's enough since his hand is empty. It looks like 95 to 86, and then the conversion, so 96 to 86. Alright, so Dialectic still wins this round, but I think this whole game should be this is why you don't fund on Gen 1. Think about what that Space Baron cost him. It cost him, the discounts on the space station. It cost him being able to get 2 milestones, because remember he was 8 cash short from being able to claim. Instead his opponent was able to claim. He didn't even win it because the opponent managed to tie it up. I mean, I'm sure there's a scenario you can concoct where funding before Vitor is correct, But in this case, I don't think it was. And as funny as it was of a move, I think it just was not good, and it hurt him far more than it helped him. But fortunately, he still won, so doesn't matter. Well done on the game there, Dialectic. Uh, but yeah, with that, those were all the games I had flagged. There was a request that we look through the rest of the games, so I might put up like a really short like recap video on just the other games and how they went, but I'm not planning on covering them in any extensive detail unless anyone tells me, you gotta watch this game, it was the best one ever. So with that, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.